And I now give the floor to His Excellency Mr. V.Rybakov, Deputy Foreign Minister of Belarus.
Thank you, President. We'd like to express our gratitude to the United Kingdom for summoning this opening debate of the Security Council on the issue of combating human trafficking. Lately, this issue has started to prominently feature on the Security Council's agenda. However, sir, in view of the nature of human trafficking, we'd like to stress that that problem shouldn't be made a prerogative of the Security Council. That theme does not enter into its purview. This would lead to duplication of functions of the main UN organs and also to a subjective interpretation of the Council's mandate. Crimes such as human trafficking are of a transnational nature. All states must take part in trying to deal with it. We believe that the most appropriate forum for developing coordination of efforts on this issue should continue to be the UN General Assembly, due to the fact that all member states without exception are represented there. Recently, the General Assembly President appointed the PRs of Greece and Qatar as coordinators of the negotiating process on preparing for a high-level UN General Assembly meeting on a review of implementation of the Global Plan of Action on combating human trafficking. The first consultations have already been held, and it depends on us how that event will look. In that regard, we call on all states to seriously and constructively approach preparations and the implementation of the review of the global plan, to assess existing problems and to develop follow-up action on combating human trafficking. Today, President, sadly, the main problem in human trafficking is, it seems, how that scourge looks and what name to give it, what the best name is to give it. For a year already, since the adoption of the new development agenda for the post-2030 period, the UN has been worrying over what the most in vogue term for human trafficking would be. Now, in this race to find a name for the name, at the same time we're losing sight of the main priority, without which it's impossible in principle to overcome human trafficking. We cannot join our efforts, the efforts of countries of destination, transit and origin of human trafficking. Different states have different capabilities and capacities in combating human trafficking. Some do have the resources for it, others have less, others don't have resources at all. For us, it's clear today that between the developed and developing states, proactive dialogue needs to be established. And that place should definitely not be the UN Security Council, where states seem to have little to do with dialogue here. And if in future we're going to just continue ignoring each other and vie over initiatives on combating trafficking and exploit our privileged positions, including in terms of membership of the UN Security Council, then human trafficking will certainly continue to flourish. So in that regard, we call on all interested states to guarantee coordination of efforts on an open, predictable basis, where the participants of such work will be all states without exception. I thank you.
Thank His Excellency Mr. Rybakov for his statement.